Fiserv Forum is getting ready for the playoffs with this giant display. Tonight is the final game of the regular season, and our own Milwaukee Bucks are finishing it up with the best record, everybody I think knows this, in the entire NBA, securing home court advantage through the playoffs. We are super excited this morning to welcome back to the Yellow Couch the Senior VP of the Milwaukee Bucks. It's Lasry. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Great to see you. You said in an article in November,
I know,
you
right?
said this. No,
2010.
10 years ago. No, you said our goal is to win 50-plus games and to win a playoff series.
We're halfway there.
How does it feel to overachieve?
You know, it's one of the things where, you know, this whole season was kind of just a crazy ride. And, you know, for us, it's always about the playoffs. It's always about trying to win a championship. So it's kind of been hard on the other end to just enjoy this ride and enjoy the fact that we did win 60 games, and now we actually have all these expectations to go deep into the playoffs, where the last 4 years it was kind of, we were that, you know, lovable, hard team to knock out, and if we got out, it would be great. You know, expectations changed mid-season, and it's been a fun ride. It's been a little tough to sometimes just sit back and enjoy it, knowing that, you know, the playoffs were going to be so important. But I hope all Bucks fans had a great time this year, and, you know, this weekend the new season begins.
It's a great point, though, that expectations now are high.
Right, but you have to still keep with what you've been doing to win. And I know that they were saying, like, Giannis and his pre-game, all the things he does exactly the same. I got to know, do you do something like before games? What's your pre-game? What do you do?
So my pre-game routine probably varies. Like, I try to get to the game about an hour early, maybe half an hour early, watch warm-ups. You know, I don't have anyone who's rubbing icy hot on my knees.
Here's what Giannis calls hot sauce.
Hot sauce, yeah.
It's
not as important for me to make sure that my knees are nice and loose, but I'll go to, you know, kind of the back room, say hi to some people, and I always try to, you know, kind of get to my seat right before tip-off. It's weird. Like, I like to listen to the national anthem and the starting lineups and everything from the back, and then walk out right before tip-off. That's kind of become my game routine.
Do you feel nervous during games?
That's a good question.
Come fourth quarter, that's when the nerves really start to hit. You know, the first 3 quarters, you can kind of see both teams just feeling each other out. You have no idea what to expect, and what you've learned, I think, you know, through years of being a fan and especially, you know, 5 years of owning a team, no lead is safe. And so we can be up 20 points in the fourth quarter and it can collapse just like that. You could be down 30 points going into the fourth quarter and come back and make it a game and win. And so, you know, the first 3 quarters are fun. It's exciting. You can definitely tell there's a different type of energy in the fourth, and that's really when, you know, when you start sweating and
the fans are going nuts. Well, and the fans have been staying for all the games. I mean, they've been really talking about that. With the fans and going into the playoffs, what are some of the fun things you guys have planned for them? And I love the Deer District, too.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got, for this playoff being the first playoffs and first season that we're having at Fiserv with the new live block and the plaza, you know, we've got things that are going to be going on all throughout the playoffs. So you can watch the game on the plaza if you're not coming into the stadium, where we've got 40-foot screens that'll be out in the plaza. You can go into the beer garden to watch the game. We've got Punch Bowl Social and Good City Brewing that'll be open. We'll be doing, you know, fan giveaways out on the plaza, and then we've also got Feared the Deer Fridays. So we want everyone on Friday to be wearing their Bucks gear either to work or to school and help support the team and show your love.
I like that. I like that you're making it fun. I think that's cool. And you're doing so many things, I think, to, you know, you do things for fans in the stands, but it's like you're trying to include everyone, which I like, because this is our city. And I know also in November, you said it's time to put Milwaukee on the map, and the DNC is coming, which is huge. But do you think that this great team is also helping in that quest to put Milwaukee on the map?
For sure. Anytime you've got the best player in the NBA wearing Milwaukee across his chest, that means something. And that is people all around the world. It's not just in the U.S., but internationally. People are seeing Milwaukee and they're now saying, oh, that's a place I need to go check out. Giannis is there. Giannis must love it. It's got to be a great place. You know, I remember growing up, some of my favorite players played at, you know, the University of North Carolina or played at Georgetown, and that I was like, oh, I want to go to those schools. And then, that's what you see. That's what you know. When your favorite players are wearing those jerseys, that's what you want to be a part of. And so, having Giannis wearing Milwaukee across his chest, having Milwaukee be at the top of the standings all the time, it creates a curiosity. And I think it allows people to see Milwaukee in this, non just cheese and beer and brats light, but as, a real sports town, and as this, I think, real powerhouse of a city.
Yeah. Right. When you're walking around the city, and I'm sure, do you walk around in Bucks stuff like all the time?
Yeah, it's a little weird. My girlfriend's always like, do you have any other clothes? And I'm like, this is all comfortable and it all looks great.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't need to go to dinner in a Bucks hoodie. You don't have to. I was like, no, I've got to always support the team. Yeah, I've always got to be on brand.
Right, on brand. But I'm sure that people in the city like coming up to you, high-fiving you. Do you feel like sometimes that you're like on the team?
I never feel like I'm on the team.
You really wish you were?
I wish I was on the team. I've never gotten confused for a player, unfortunately. But what is fun is seeing other fans wearing Bucks gear. I'm always wearing Bucks gear. It's great, but I'm going to wear Bucks gear all the time, no matter what. What's been really fun is since when we first got here, no one was wearing Bucks gear. No one could buy Bucks gear anywhere. And now I'm going to Packer games, and
seriously, I didn't
we're
turn
seeing
my phone volume off. Sorry about that.
And
they're saying great interview.
Yeah, they're like, tell that Alex guy he's doing a great job. But what's cool is going to Packer games and seeing people in a green Bucks jersey, or going to the Brewers game and seeing people in a Fear the Deer T-shirt.
You're infiltrating.
Yeah, the city's starting to become the Milwaukee Bucks, and I think we're starting to, be what the Bucks are supposed to be, which is one of the top teams in the state and in the city, and something that's helping galvanize, I think, everything that's going on. And so, having I think the Bucks and the Brewers at the top of the standings is only great for this city.
I agree. Let's talk about the DNC for a second. Big part of the big congratulations.
Thank
to
you.
This is a big deal for our city. It's supposed to generate something like $200 million in terms of the economic impact. We were competing against Houston and Miami Beach, two huge cities and cities that tend to get a lot of attention. You would think the bid would go to them. This is a really big deal. I know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was part of the effort. How do you feel about it? And the fact that we won it, it's coming in 2020. Talk about putting our city on the map.
Yeah, it's exciting. Also finding it overwhelming because we're like the dog who caught the car.
Right.
What do I do?
Okay,
now what do I do?
Now what do I do? Oh, now we have to actually put this on. And that's great because it's what's really great for Milwaukee, and seeing all the success of the Bucks and the Brewers and now the DNC and success of Fiserv Forum and all that's happening around the arena and all the concerts that are coming. I think what it's saying is Milwaukee is ready to be in that conversation with Houston, Miami as a top-tier city, and that we need to start taking ourselves seriously as someone who we shouldn't be surprised that we beat out Houston and Miami. Neither one of those cities would have been surprised to beat us out. And I think what we're starting to see now with all the success that we're having and this renaissance that's happening in Milwaukee is that, in 2, 3, 4 years, we shouldn't be surprised when we beat out New York or San Francisco for some big event. Milwaukee's ready to start playing on that level, and I think that's what this convention is saying.
Good for you.
We're with you. All right,
awesome.
Go Bucks.
I love it. Yeah, this is a big deal. Thank you so much for joining us here today. It was awesome. Congratulations to you on the success of the team, on getting such an incredible event here in our city. We appreciate it, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It was awesome.